All right, good morning. This is Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and you don't see on your screen right now video 59, which I started creating yesterday and then ran into some problems. They've all been rectified as far as I know, but I had to go in and put Visual Studio 2026 on my machine in order to get this to work. And I created my array library, all right, and my array library looks like this. It has my constants, my size, my min and max, my two arrays, which is the test score array and the original array, the sum of all the array elements, a populate routine, a show array routine. This might be, it will be probably fixed a little bit up a little bit later, and I'm not worried about it right now. Get ascending, get descending, get the smallest element, get the largest element, get the sum of all the array elements, get the average of all the array elements, get the range of all the array elements, get the median of all the array elements, a C# search, and a VB search. So that's what's in there right now. And what I started to do in here was I started to update the console. I made a copy of the console program. So right now, all I have in here is the original numbers. So I want to be able to come in here and display the test scores in the original order. And actually, I don't even need to do that because I guess I've done that here. So that's the original array right there. All right, so in show array, that'll come in here. I passed it a 1, so it should show everything that's in there. Okay, so that part's done. All right, so again, I really don't need to do this. All right, so what do I want to do next? Let's come in here and make another comment. And this will be show the test scores oh my goodness, array in ascending order. Boy, oh boy. And don't need that. And after we do that, we will show it in descending order. All right, so let's go in and do that one. So do a right line here. And this will say test scores. Here is the test scores array in ascending order. All right. And that's going to be, again, we will say in here show array. Oops, sorry, ArrayBoth.cs. And again, we'll pass in a 1. And let's see. And I hope this is going to work. Let's see. And I'm going to put in here ArrayBoth.showArray. I'm wondering if I did this forward or backwards here. Yeah, it's from the ArrayBoth and it's show array. Huh. Now I need this. I'll tell you what, let's do this first of all here. I'm going to just comment this line out right now, and I want to see if I get my original array in here. So File, save all. Let's make this our active project and run it, see if we do get the original array. Well, there's the original array. So that's good. That's a good start, I guess. All right. Now I want to get the I do want to do the show array. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here for this show array, and I think I put that in here. Didn't I? Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to make one of each of these. I'm going to get rid of that. And now I'm going to have to make some changes, so bear with me for a second. I'm going to put that in here as a helper function. All right, so give me a second here. All right, so I've now put that in as a helper function. Public static void show array. Now, don't worry about this right now. And don't worry about this, because then I don't have to worry about that, putting in that passing a 1, etc. in there, because that's a little screwy. I'm just going to say for this, write this, and then a write line, like we've got. So let me move this over, and I'll show you a little trick as well right here. All right, totally fine. This is going to work totally fine the way it is, but there is a shortcut I can put in here. I can say, instead of 4, I should be able to say a for each, and I'll say int LCV in the array. All right, we're going to have to pass an array into this. So int bracket bracket, we'll call it the array, kind of a dumb name, but that's fine. There. So what this is doing now is it's going to come in here, and anytime I call show array, I'll pass an array into it, and it's just going to print out the contents. That's it. All right, so this will show the array. All right. Now it screwed this up, so now I can just say show array, and I can tell it which array I want it to show. So I should be able to say here the original array. So that's ArrayBoth.original. All right. And now for this one, in ascending order, it's going to be show array, ArrayBoth dot, and this will be test scores. All right, and now I can come in here and do the same thing, but here it is in descending order, and it'll be show array and we don't want to say test scores here. All right, we want to say here this will be get ascending, and this one will be get descending. Hopefully that's going to work. We're going to check on it in just a moment. All right, so we've got our ascending and our descending. Then we'll have show the smallest array element. And as you might already have guessed, we'll follow that with show the largest array element. All right, so let's do that. So we'll do a right line here. The smallest array element is, and let's see, I'm going to put the $sign here so we can just put it right in here. And we'll say ArrayBoth.get smallest element. I don't think we called it that. Yeah, we did. We have to end this then. There we go. Let's move this over a little so you can see all of it. All right. And then we can again do basically the same thing here, but this will be the largest array element, and it'll be get largest element. All right, so we've got those two. We'll need the sum. Looks like I got an extra one here. There we go. So show the sum of all array elements. And after we do that, we will also want the average of all array elements. So for this one, another right line with another $sign at the beginning. The sum of all array elements is, and again it'll be ArrayBoth.get sum of array elements. Semicolon on the end, and we'll copy that down, and that'll be the AVG, which I think people understand that's average, and this will be get AVG. Okay, so that's done, and we also want the, let me just grab both of these. Sum, or the median and the range. So this will be range. Okay, and this will be median. And you don't have to put down what I'm going to put down next. So we're just about finished here. But I'm going to put a right line that says, please press the Enter key to generate new numbers. And we'll do a read line. Now, I don't have a lot of \n's in here, which I probably should have. So let's do this. All right, we populated, and then we've got, so there is the original. There is ascending. There's descending. Smallest. Largest, sum, average, range, and median. All right, let's see what we've got. So file, save all. Hopefully it'll run without any errors. That's a good sign. Well, I did the read line. Now what doesn't it like here? For each one, right? Array LCV, it's an out of range. Okay, which means that when I did this, the for each that's in here well, it doesn't like the for each. You should be able to use that. I'm not sure why I can't, but we'll change it for now. We'll just use a regular for loop. So for, not sure why that isn't working, int LCV equals 0, LCV less than size, less than ArrayBoth.cs plus LCV. Let's see if that works. So we'll stop this, we'll save it. One thing we should do is we should go back here to our thing because we made a change in here. So let's save this and let's rebuild this. That should rebuild with no problem. I took a function out of there, but it shouldn't give me any kind of error. Of course it does. And again, it's from the stats program, whatever. So let's go back to here and let's go back to our program here, our array demo console, and let's run this. All right, we've got results. There's the original array. There it is in ascending order. There it is in descending order. There's the smallest, there's the largest, there's the sum, there's the average, there's the range, there's the median, which would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 57. So it says press the enter key. I do have one too many right here. I've got in right here and right here. So after my first three, so for here is the test scores. Here is the test scores in ascending and descending. I don't need those. And for the smallest, I don't need a \n. Let's see if we get new numbers. Well, did that read line? Oh, I didn't put this all into an infinite loop. So let's say while true, and it's no biggie. We don't have to do that. But if I do it like this, now I should be able to run the program again and again and again. So we'll just put that in here. And again, we don't need one here. We don't need one here. And we don't need one here. So let's save it, run it again, and see now if we can run this multiple times. All right. So there's our original array. There it is in ascending order. There it is in descending order. There's the smallest and largest, the sum, the average, the range, the median. And now I should be able to press another key to get new numbers. Okay, it's not doing the clear. So we got to do that. That's fine. Don't know why it wouldn't, but that's okay. So we do another read line right here. Should pop it up right here. We'll put the clear in here. All right, stop the run. That's why I'm getting these squigglies here. All right, do one more time. So there's the original, ascending, descending, smallest, largest, sum, average, range, median. I'm going to make that a right instead of a right line there. And there's no numbers, and I can keep running it to my heart's content. So where I've got that thing on the end, we'll just make that a right. Good. Looks like it's working just fine. Put a space there, even though I don't have to. And now, again, what I've done in here, and I don't need that security policy. I really don't even need the system. When it's gray like that, of course, you don't need it. But I have come in now, and in main, and I could have made these into functions too. All right, I could have made each one of these into their own function. So I could have called populate. I could have called, original. I could have called ascending, etc. But I put everything right inside of main. You'll notice that with each one of these, it's ArrayBoth. All right. So I'm calling all of the library functions now. I did add one function in here. As you can see, this is show the array. This is sometimes known as a helper function. All right. I could have put it in the other one, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to do that. For some reason, this for each didn't work. I'm still trying to figure out what the problem is. All right, but it's... So I tried doing it before, goofing around with it, and it worked just fine. All right, but we have now finished this. So what I have to do next now, all right, so I've got an array demo console too, as you can see, that's using all these library functions. So I'm going to close this one. I'm going to keep this one up, and I'm going to come in here right before I finish up. You know that I've got this, where is it? ArrayDemoGUI 01. Let me copy that and paste. And this is now going to be ArrayDemoGUI 02. All right, so I have to make the changes I always make. I'm going to change this to a 2. I'm going to open this and change both of these to a 2. I'm going to save this, close that, and bring that, let's bring that one in. So we will add an existing project from here, and that'll be ArrayGUI 02. So that brought that in. I'm going to try to make that my startup project and just run that just to make sure, all right, hopefully you remember this, that it works. There you go. So what I want to do is take those button functionality that's in here and have it so that it is calling my the functions from my ArrayBoth library. And I'll come back and do that in just a couple minutes. Thanks.